Girish bhai, thank you very much, and I welcome all doctor participants present. It's my pleasure to be here. And at the outset, I will thank you, Girish bhai and JB Chemicals for inviting me and dissipating knowledge, which is very important to the society. So today's talk is on hemorrhoids. Hemorrhoids is a subject which is not easily understood by many. Just a minute. Huh? Somehow this is not was mechanic disabled. एक मिनट हाँ. Yes. So it is very well known disease, but little has been understood about this disease. So you may ask, I am an oncosurgeon basically. Then why I should be in hemorrhoid pills? See, until I passed and started practices, I never operated hemorrhoids. But my area is anorectal cancers, colon cancer. So a lot of patients with bleeding PR come. And they ask me, and we treat them. At time, there are patients who are with hemorrhoids. On one good day, somebody asked me, why don't you operate on hemorrhoid to me? See, being a surgeon, oncosurgeon, we do very big surgery. Abdominoperineal resection, APR, commando, radical breast dissection, lot of radical surgery. Then I think it should not be a major things. And then do I audible to all one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then on one day I operated a hemorrhoid patients. In afternoon he started paining. Then I given lot of analgesic, even including pethidine. Then at middle of the night he need a catheterization. And they're all problem that I never think of it had happened. So it started so long, and even there is a bleeding later on, bleeding, and I have to reoperate it. Until 1 month, it was I am perspiring every day. So it was, I was thinking that I am a big surgeon, I can do the hemorrhoid surgery. But realize that I am not capable of doing these things. So my competence go down, and I decided I will never operate on hemorrhoids again. But until now I was so successful. It was, I am feeling hurt. Even I do APR, very major surgery, when I removed everything. But then I remember I cannot do a surgery on hemorrhoids. So, but then there, because I have not trained anywhere, and because I don't know really how to do successful surgery, I have stopped doing surgery. But after 6 months, same patient sent me a hemorrhoids patient. And he tell one thing, the doctor is very good. He is taking very good care. He is answering all our questions. He is helping us. That was a transformation in my life. That was the first thing. I realized if we take a lot of care, patients will be very good toward us. And then my process and journey started until now. And I have done a lot of work in hemorrhoids. So there are two phases, informative learning and transformative learning. What I am going to talk about is my transformative learning. So we should always ask a question to ourselves. Why so? Why not? How? So that will give us a educations. So today we are going to discuss three major questions. What we are going to discuss is really worthwhile to discuss. That is number one. What are the major issue if it is worthwhile? And how we all keep a master and better in the subjects. So let's start with the question number one. Is it worthwhile? If you see burden and cost, almost 800 million expense per year in USA. USA has 44.3% of world populations. That means 49% population, that is only first position diagnosis, 2% population of the world, only first diagnosis, and that too only outpatient patients. That means this is really a very worthwhile disease to be studied. You may ask, do you have another evidence? Whenever we have a problem, we always go on Google. This is Google Trends. And I am comparing three important diseases: hypertension, diabetes, and hemorrhoids. And you will be surprised that Google Trends of searching term hemorrhoids is steadily increasing since last 16 years. And that is more than diabetes and hypertension. Then you can understand, okay, it is a major concern, even more than diabetes and hypertension. See, if you go in past, this is 1955 to 1982, and same trend is seen. That means it is not this 16 years. It was that same problem from 1955 or even beyond that we just don't know. And it is present in all the age groups. And today, I see at least 2-3 patients every month. Somebody has been delivered and he has a fissures, he has a hemorrhoid. And you can understand that the situation, the primi gravida who has been already delivered, she is already very innocent, very, very delicate, and very small child. In this situation, we have to treat. So, if you understand the reality, then you can understand it is so important. And constipation and risk of cardiovascular events. I will tell you, I learned on very first month of my residency. There was one major surgery done by my boss. After 15 days, patient was discharged. We have a party about it. Very major party because it was very major surgery. That was a Saturday morning. In the afternoon, when I go to for discharge preparation, patient's relative ask me, "Can sir we go tomorrow morning?" I say yes. Because then I was a boss. Although I was a postward resident, but Saturday evening and Monday morning, Sunday morning, I am a boss. Then I say, all right, you can go tomorrow. And on Monday morning, early morning call arrives. And when I see patient fall down in bathroom and he was dead. Constipations and death after major surgery, we all doctors see day in and day out. So what I want to tell you, friends, very important thing, constipations and hemorrhoids are villain in crisis. When you have some problems, they will be definitely there. Either you do an operation, you have a physician physical problem, if you travel, like a lot of pharmaceutical company people travel somewhere, if they do fast, they have a cardiac problem, respiratory problem, endocrine problem, whatever problem, they have a associated constipation and hemorrhoids. See, up to 65 to 95% of the people has a problem. It has a significant morbidity and mortality, occasional mortality. And we have considerably underestimated this problem. And if you do go other way around, if there is a problem, there is a market. And see, global market is a huge. And we all know daily in TV, there are a lot of ads on constipation. This all suggests there is a very huge problems that we doctor has to tackle. And that is the reason we are here. So number one point, it is very, very important points for the doctor to understand because this is very worthwhile and a very major issue. Question number two, what are the major issues? See, Anybody who want to operate on hemorrhoids, he has a very big number of options. Somebody day you will do surgery, some will tell you do staple hemorrhoidectomy, other will tell you do cryo, and everybody will advise different. So it is too many options. Reason being that our guidelines are not have any strong recommendation that this is the best and this is second best. So that is the reason everybody do whatever they have experience or whatever they know that somebody has been done like this. And this definite outcome has created a lot of issues. So that is a question number one. There are too many options. And second important thing is either you have a control or a cure. So you cannot select both. If you select a method which control the hemorrhoids, then it is sure recovery will be fast, pain will be minimal, but very high recurrence rate. If you select a cure, then there is a high complication rate, there will be pain, there will be slow recovery, but low recurrence rates. See, in these complex situations, we try to understand what to do. So to understand, we have to see the landmarks of the history so we can understand how events unfold. And I try to make it as simple as possible so you can understand it better. So this is a simple version. If you see, Milligan Morgan is still a gold standard. And rubber band ligation is highestly done, most common surgery, even in USA. And these are other surgeries. Staple hemorrhoidectomy is a newer version, and laser, and there are a lot of surgery. But most important thing I would like to tell you again, if you see, if Milligan Morgan is a gold standard, then why such a long list? And why rubber band ligation is a most important surgery? These are the questions we consultant must understand. Same way, if you see, in initial years, there was new method coming in between, there is a long period. But now the period is decreasing, decreasing and decreasing. That means there are a lot of doctors involved who have a lot of interest in this method. And that is the reason I am telling you, you must take interest in this very important subjects. Same way, I think if I have an informative learning, then all my seniors would have same thing. And they must have transformed their learning and they developed the method. And then I started things and try to understand how they learn the things. And any learning start with the assumptions. If you have one assumption, say for example, you have an assumption that something is coming down, then let's have a stapled hemorrhoidectomy, that it will push it up. See, our assumptions decide our approach. And once we have taken an approach, we have an understanding. We are transferring our step. And our level will go one step about what we are now. And that process will continue circling continuously. Our assumption become wrong, we take a new assumption, new approach, and that process is continuously growing. And that is the situation now. There are a lot of great peoples who has done these things, and we are here because of them only. So my goal, today's goal, is to make you master, to understand. Whenever you give any answer, you know why, and your confidence will be high. So to learn that, you must know, understand what are the major paradigm shifts. So first was a historic era. In historic era, everything was a trial and error. Everybody tried whatever way they think. We are talking about history of 5,000 years of it. And there are a lot of literature, world literature is full of average. And then The next era is they have some logic and they try to apply it. Among them, there was a Vesalius. He is foundation of modern human anatomy. That was the first major shift and focus was an anatomy. Anatomy give us a perspective so we can do it properly. Then St. Mark's Hospital and Solomon. He has a great impact in hemorrhoid until now. There are most of the medicines coming out from St. Mark Hospital. And he developed a super specialization. Super specialized hospital in 1835. Remember, friends. We have here also no super specialized only on hemorrhoids hospital or anorectal problem. Very few in the world. And he developed in 1835. And that has major change in our understandings. Then sclerotherapy come. It was focus on control. And understanding is after giving injection, it promote a fibrosis. Then one major shift occurred. Until now, hemorrhoids was under control of physicians. He was the first surgeon who attempted to do a major surgery on hemorrhoids. And what he do? He did a total hemorrhoidectomy. It was an ultra radical operation, friends. You may not know how it is. Even today, if I have to do this surgery, for me also it's very challenging. And not me, any anorectal surgeon will tell him, okay, I have not done it or I have no experience. Then an effective logic coming. In this era, Miles realized, do you know Miles, who developed abdominoperineal resections? He realized that there are three primary piles, 1919. One right, two right, and one left. This is very important change in understanding. This helps where to focus. Then Zollinger give a classification, class grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and grade 4. Until now, we use same classification. Although imperfect, but we do not have any other perfect classification. Then you know surgical anatomy comes out. Morgan and Thompson's these slides. Remember, friends, whenever if you're doing anorectal surgery, this is a gold standard slides. It's there in every conference, every lectures or any lectures. This is a basis of our treatment. The surgical anatomy, we understood, is a very important thing. And on these all developments, Milligan and Morgan develop a new methods. What they do, they remove the three part of each hemorrhoid has a three part: pedicle, internal hemorrhoids, and external hemorrhoid. What they do, they remove all the three parts, and focus was on anatomy, and focus was on the cure. Still, is it a gold standard? Then there are many doctors come out to improve the methods. There are reasons why this method needs improvement. There are a lot of complications. So Parks and others, Ferguson's and Sukol, try to develop newer and newer methods. But these all methods has some advantage, and word is some only. And it was also a radical surgery with a minimum difference. Focus was on cure, but no major difference arrived until 1959. So there is searching of new options. There are a lot of new methods come out, particularly rubber band irrigation, sclerotherapy improved further, cryotherapy arrived, LORD procedure. When I was a student and I was in rotation to civil hospital, LORD procedure was using, but now cryo and LORD is almost gone. And then this small instrument has changed a major difference in life of the people. I have seen many surgeon talk it. This instrument, by when I started my practice, I have done many surgery and I am highly satisfied by this methods. So this is office ligation. Then new technology era came and new method arrives. See, staple hemorrhoidectomy, digital Doppler guided hemorrhoid artery ligation, and embroidectomy. See what they are. You are most of the surgeons know that this is a very popular method now, and this is developed by Antonio Longo because he was believing that everything is due to prolapse. Let's pull it up. This was a radical change and shift in change of our thinking. That this is another way of doing a surgery. And he became most cited anorectal surgeon in what? He was an honorary member of 9 foreign coloproctology and so many conference and live surgery and so many surgery. I have a rare honor to present my this paper on my research. He was my chairman. That was a rarest of rare honor for a newer proctologist. And then a new method arrived in 1995. Morinaka developed a Doppler guided hemorrhoidal artery ligation. See, if you see these things, the Doppler move and this volume, the volume comes up of this a flow of the bloods, and they decide that this is the vessel and they ligate. Look, goods and lot of people are trying and improvise these methods, and then one another doctor come out, why do this thing? Let's embolize the vessel. And he tried and embolized vessels, friends. So then there are a lot of energy devices came after 1995. And people try to use that implants. You know, IRC, these are the long list of energy devices. And almost all devices have been tried in hemorrhoids. One of the earliest was IRC. This is still a technique. It is very safe and rapid and controllable. It is not a technique dependent. If you see the list of the surgery, see surgery, Milligan Morgan, technique dependent. If you go Doppler guided, it is technique dependence. And stapler hemorrhoidectomy is very highly technique dependence. So this is a less technique dependent, safe and rapid. And then era of laser came. You know, this is a light spectrum and this is a laser spectrums, and out of that things pulse laser come out. And advantage of pulse laser is that it coagulates. See, right and left. In left side it cut, so it bleed. On right side it coagulates. That is due to pulse. Pulse of the laser gives a coagulative, and it is now become very popular. So these are the instrument of it, how they do it. And there are various laser techniques. One is laser Doppler guided laser artery obliterations, and another is submucosal fibrosis. Same we do in oral. There are a lot of people of oral submucous fibrosis. You have seen it. Same method by laser, they do fibrosis, submucous fibrosis, and from this it helps us in treating the disease. And CO2 laser use it in. There are a lot of things in laser coming up. And these are other methods of same groups. So friends, in all type of method, it is used, it is excision and ligation, nothing more. Whatever, either you diathermy, laser, ligature or harmonic. Everything is almost same. And friends, last year I presented a paper in SAGS America, USA on this my new methods, what I call as 4PM. And this method is a new era in our understanding and thinking. We try to preserve anatomy, physiology, and function. This whole method is a personalized, precise, predictable, and purposeful. So, friends, hemorrhoids can be of any grade, grade 2 to grade 4. High many vascularity, it may be just dropping blood, one drop down, you cannot count. That's not a problem. Even there is a secondary hemorrhoids. Most of the surgery we previously discussed don't do that good on secondary hemorrhoid or very vascular hemorrhoids. Or even no method is available for us now for circumferentially prolapsing hemorrhoids. All type of hemorrhoids can be dealt with this method. That is the beauty of it. Any challenging hemorrhoids can be done very easily with this method. So friends, to conclude, this method which I developed is easy to teach, easy to learn, safe, reliable, and reproducible. Very minimum infrastructure is required. Any OT, anywhere, any small city, any minimum use, even there is no anesthetist, that's all right. You can do internal, external, secondary, circumferential, highly vascular, anything. There is no need of follow-up or tracing. It is very precise, personalized, predictable, purposeful, and time-tested. Interesting thing is that it is very low cost. These are all paradigm covered. So friends, I am stopping now on the first lecture. Then we will discuss second part comparing various methods, and in third parts I will teach you how I do this surgery. It's really a transformation in proctology. It's so safe method you can practice confidently. I am with you. I want like you learn this method and apply and test yourselves. And now, friends, I am thanking you again. You are present here, and floor is open for the discussion. Thank you. You can ask now questions.
So thank you very much, sir, for such a nice discussion, sir. And I think this is the first lecture I am hearing about this newer concepts of hemorrhoids. And you are deliberating the things so nicely and so simply that even a person like me who is not from the doctor fraternity, so I can also understand the concept.
Thank you very much, Girish Bhai, for appreciating.
Yes, sir.
This transformative process appear on everyone, anyone who has a challenge, and he failed. And once he start learning, so after 5 years he improve, 10 years further improve, 20, 30, 40 years he improve a lot. And if I can transfer my knowledge and information to my friends, colleagues who are practicing, so that will be a great to me, and you are the intermediary who has done the things, Girish bhai.
So, dear doctors, we are now starting the question and answer session. So, if anybody having any, so you can ask the question or you can drop the question in the Dropbox also.
Sachin bhai, Sanjay bhai, Priyakant bhai, anyone can ask any question. It's an open floor. You can share whatever you feel. Yes.
छोड़ देता क्या
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Not clear.
Hello. 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 Hello.
I think, sir, that network issue with
Okay, all right. Somebody else who want to ask the question can ask.
yes, sir.
Okay, no issue. We can even not ask a question, we can discuss it also.
Yes, sir.
Vinay
Sir,
bhai, you can ask. Ishwar bhai, Kausik bhai, Pranav bhai, you have any question?
sir, there is one question, sir. That
Yes,
is that COVID pandemic era is going on, and
right,
if a patient is undergo with the treatment of this hemorrhoid surgery, so
right.
what precaution that patient should take, sir?
See, as a whole, there is nothing very special. But you should take care that he has no COVID, number one. And he is not taking vitamin D
Right, sir.
because vitamin D will produce a constipation. Otherwise, nothing special is required.
Right, sir.
Right. In COVID, another very important issue is people are taking less fruits and less vegetables. There is more number of patients of hemorrhage.
Right, sir. So there is one question, sir, that
Yes,
patient who are having the piles and all that things, but
right.
that is the root cause of I think that chronic constipation is the root cause. It is the only one reason to having piles.
See, until now, we do not know why piles uh, do occur, but there are a lot of theories. But as a practitioner, I do agree with you. Until now, until I treat a constipation, I never undergo surgery on any patients. That is a very important observation you have a doctors. I really appreciate how careful you are to your patients. And it is the criteria. If you have not treated constipation properly, then you have definitely going to have a problem.
Right, sir. Moreover, sir, no, we do have in our my family also we are having 2 or 3 patients, but
Right,
my grandfather-in-law is having such type of complication. But
right.
as and when he feel the pain, then only he said that I am having a pain, this hemorrhoid and all that things.
See, I again, this is a very important observation because this observation only appear if you are very careful with the patients. See, they are villain in the crisis. That is the word I use it if you remember. They are always there, but they appear at very time you have some other issue in yourself. You have a constipation, you have a travels, you have a fast food, or you have some surgery, or you are in the ICU. See, usually they are compensated, but until when there is in some issue, the villain will always appear there.
Right, sir. Sir, what is the treatment of internal hemorrhoids and when it comes to external hemorrhoids? Can you tell a bit?
See, most of the surgery which has I have been presented earlier, except Milligan Morgan hemorrhoidectomy, is all focus on internal hemorrhoids. Milligan Morgan and its newer version is definitely for internal, external both. And
Both.
method which I propose is for every type of. See, in Milligan Morgan's, there was no treatment for secondary and circumferentially prolapsed hemorrhoids. And if
Right.
somebody tried to treat them, they produce a stricture, very tight stricture, and that is a lifelong pain, lifelong problem. Every morning they go to defecation or pass a colitis.
Right, sir. So can hemorrhoids further develop in the fistula?
No, they can, because hemorrhoids are so common and fistula is also common. So if you are traveling in Gujarat and somebody another is marketing manager is also traveling in Gujarat, there are very high time that you will meet in Surat once in a year or twice in a year or Ahmedabad, because they are working together.